Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Capricorn, this is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for March 16th to the 22nd. This week, Capricorn, we have a very clear message from the universe with the Yes Oracle card. We have the Hanged Man, the Eight of Pentacles, the Fresh Full Energy, Nine of Cups, King of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So I see a situation here that some of you may have been dealing with that has somehow clouded your vision, Capricorn. You know, that Five of Wands can be those kind of, petty conflicts. And when we're sort of engaged in that kind of energy, or that energy surrounds us, it's amazing how much it sucks our energetic resources, and it can be very hard to try and discern the way forward when we're in that kind of energy. But, you know, we have a total new beginning here with the full energy, which is so amazing to see. There's new opportunities, and I think you're moving into a place of clarity of being able to see those. Not saying it's all not going to involve hard work. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of, you know, really putting in the energy to get the results that you want. But my goodness, you know, I think those results are coming with the Nine of Cups. So there's not a lot to read out with this Oracle card, guys. This one here just has a whole page of yes, yes, yes in the book. So if there is a key decision that you've been trying to make, the universe is giving you a clear signal that the answer is yes, and it may be the time for you to move forward with that, because the Fool also is about, you know, new forward movement, forward motion. But this Oracle card in particular asks you not to overthink it. And with the Fool energy as well, it's about trusting your instincts, you know, reconnecting with your intuitive centers, that's the head, heart and gut, and moving from that place rather than, you know, over-analyzing or getting stuck in the mind and the logic, and allowing those limitations to be placed on ourselves. So the answer is yes. It's a very clear message here. I think it is time for you guys to move forward. After a period of time where you may have been, you know, stuck for a little while, but then moved, you know, I think then you were in the period of gathering information. Now, we've got the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands in your recent past position. So the Five of Wands, as I mentioned before, is a conflict energy, but it's a more minor conflict than, say, you know, like a Five of Swords energy. But the Five of Wands can be, you know, in our friendship groups, surrounded by, you know, constant gossip, which is very unproductive and obviously surrounds us with a sense of negative energy. In our relationships, it can be argumentative energy, always having to have the last say, tit for tat, you know, nagging, niggling each other, that kind of thing. Or in the workplace situation, it can be corporate politics. Again, it could be gossip, you know, trying to subtly undermine others, or, you know, come out on top, always look the best, that kind of thing. I mean, we see these people with the wands, which can represent our personal power and our sense of action, and they're using it really unproductively. So it says that the situation has been an unproductive use of your time, and whether you were directly involved or not, you'll know what I mean by when you're surrounded by it. You know, you can't help but, you know, feel the energy of that situation, and have it bring you down as well. Now, at a number 5 there, 5 is the number of conflict. It's also the number of change. So really feeling that a sea change, a fresh new start, is on the cards for some of you. And I always say that change is the antidote to conflict. You know, it transmutes it. Sometimes we just need to, you know, go in another direction. And that's what I'm seeing here. Obviously, we have that Yes Oracle card too. So if you've been thinking about doing that for a while, that's your confirmation right there, divine confirmation. And the Hanged Man, I feel like it indicates that whatever that situation was for you, general reading, guys, so you know what it is if it relates to you. The Hanged Man can be that sense of being stuck or stagnant for a period of time, but it's not just, you know, about being completely hands tied like an Eight of Swords energy. It's more about being suspended in order to seek and gather the information and knowledge that you need in order to move forward. So some of you might have been kind of thinking about this for a little while, you know, really thinking, you know, how am I going to move forward? And I think you'll know when you get to that aha moment where things seem to click into place, and it could be something to do with this new pathway opening up for you. The Hanged Man, you know, also asks you to shift perspectives and see things from others' point of view. So in order to move forward in this situation, maybe you need to see the position of the other people that were involved, and their motivations and why they might have been doing that. I think you can make some informed decisions whether you still want to engage with those people in situations. It's that kind of energy. They can also talk about dying the death of the Hanged Man, which is kind of that going through that grief process from, bartering and anger, depression and sadness until we finally reach a place of acceptance. So maybe this is just accepting that, you've gone as far as you can in this situation, and that's why it's been erupting or why there's been this kind of conflict anyway. Sometimes things are just past their use-by date, and it's time for us to move on to new ventures. And that's what I see here with the Fool energy, guys. I love the Fool card. It's one of my favorites. We've got the Fool with the King of Wands. So what I like about this combination here, for a start, the King of Wands can see opportunities. He's a great entrepreneur. That doesn't need to be just in business, guys. He's Wands. He's all about opportunities that light him up, that are full of passion and purpose, and he knows how to discern, which path is right to follow. He also holds this wand here, but he's using it so purposely with real vision and real, he's really using it to take the right action he needs to move his life ahead strategically, to, orchestrate his empire. Whether these people here were using their wands to basically, hit other people over the head. So it's really about you now refocusing and saying, well, I'm not going to engage with that. I want to move forward, and I want to move forward so purposely, and I want to do, what lights me up. And so I really feel that you're going to be in a position where you're going to recognize the opportunities that present themselves to you. And the Fool is saying that maybe there's a new pathway that's opening up and it's asking you to walk it. And with the Fool energy, we're often invited to take a leap of faith, because sometimes it takes breaking out of the old pattern, doing something completely different or out of character. With this combination as well, because the King of Wands is the great entrepreneur, some of you might be starting out on a new business venture, or, leaving a job behind that was full of, office politics, and, going out as a contractor or starting your own business or something like that. It might not be full-time. It could just be a little thing on the side that's going to, give you so much more sense of passion and purpose in your life. But either way, the Fool is a brand new energy. It could be a passionate new beginning as well with the King of Wands. Like I said, this is general reading, guys, so it can be in all sorts of different realms. But the Fool asks you to trust the journey, even though you're not, you might not be too sure where things are going to end up right now. Although I would dream big, because we have the Nine of Cups in the reading. It's about tuning in. Once I said, again, I said that at the start, but with our intuition, because the dog there is about making strategic but instinctual decisions, realigning with our heart. The Fool is about reconnecting with our rebel heart energy, which is kind of like our higher self, like what is really in your heart, listening to that and then acting in alignment with it. Because when you're acting in alignment with your heart, that's when you're willing to put in the hard work, the blood, sweat and tears to get there. But the Fool is also, it's a divinely guided new beginning, and I feel like the universe really wants you to set out on that and, take a light load. The Fool is not interested in taking any of the baggage of the past with him. This is a fresh new start. It's about cutting old ties and, carrying on in a completely new direction. And the promise is great of where this is leading to, Capricorn. 8 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups. So if you'll know about the 9 of Cups, it is the wish fulfillment card in the tarot. So it says dream big. It also says that, what you might be beginning to manifest now has the ability to really fulfill you on an emotional level, to really bring you what your heart desires. You might end up in a place where you're very satisfied and very content. But first, we need to put the hard work in. The 8 of Pentacles is, about the blood, sweat and tears, putting the energy, the effort, slowly but surely carving out these pentacles. But whatever journey you are starting, you're going to be proud of it. And he's got these pentacles on display, showing them off. And, this person here in the 9 of Cups is also showing off the fruits of his labors, so proud of the achievements. So I think you're going to be really proud of this journey, where it's going to end up, whether it's in love, whether it's in business. You're going to have a lot to show for that journey, and you're going to be very pleased that you decided to take that leap of faith, and you decided to put the effort and energy in. For some of you with the Eight of Pentacles, you might be doing some kind of study or upskilling as well. If you are starting business, you might need to do that, but I really think it's going to pay off there, guys. So Nine of Cups, whatever you're manifesting now is expanding quickly. So be conscious in your manifestations, because you're well on the way to a 9 and 10 of Cups reality. It just starts with, disconnecting from anything that's no longer in alignment with you and it's not serving you, and saying yes to a fresh new start. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Do keep in mind it's a general reading, so it won't be for every one of you guys. But feel free to leave me a comment, because I always love to know, who it's resonated for and how it's unfolding in your daily life. And I'll see you back here next week for another reading.